Hey there, welcome. It's Karen Lanoux from No Limits Businesswoman, and today is your No Limits Live and a hashtag No Limits Live. And today we're going to be talking about how to avoid how to avoid making the wrong decision. So if you're new to me and you haven't seen me before, this is your first time. My name is Karen Lanoux, just as I mentioned, and my business is called No Limits Businesswoman, and I help women who are on at a turning point in their career or their business, or and just really need some help and want some help to make some big quantum leaps forward. They want clarity, they want strategy. That's what I help do. On the flip side, you may be somebody, the other people that kind of approach me are the women who are just raring to go. They know where they are. They want to go faster and farther than they have up to this point. So those are kind of the two types of individuals that I work with. And so that's in a nutshell who I am. Hey Val, thanks for joining me. I'm so glad you're here. We missed you this morning. So look, here's the thing. Before we get started, what I want to offer you is, if you're interested, I've got an ebook. It's free for you, and it's called the five self-sabotage habits that brilliant women make that stop them from having the success that they want. So, and I'm sorry, I'm a little stuttering right here because I've got a light in, and lights in front of me, and I am absolutely blinded by the light. And so it's kind of throwing me off a little bit. But here's a strategy and a tech tip right now. If you ever get the ring lights, get the ones that are dimmable, okay? Don't go for the ones that are just full on and are not dimmable. Get the ones that are dimmable so they don't blind you like I'm being blinded right now. Anyways, so again, the 5 self-sabotage habits that brilliant women make that keep them from having the success that they want. Now, if you want that, go to nolimitsbusinesswoman.com / or / or whatever it is, the / 5 habits, and it's the number 5. So 5 habits. So there you go. That's just a little freebie there for you. So here's the thing. Women come to me when they're at a turning point. Like I mentioned, this is specifically about the women who are at a turning point. So women come to me when they're at a turning point. Things are just not going well, or at the pace that they thought they should be going. And so they know they need to do something. And so that's why they end up connecting in with me. And so what ends up happening is they come to me and they tell me, it's like, Karen, I've tried all kinds of different things. They've tried the strategies, and they've read the books, they've taken some courses, and nothing is changing. And so in this particular case, where they are feeling frustrated because they don't want to make the wrong decision, time is ticking, right? So that's what you find over time. It's like, as you get older, it's like time goes, it's like it speeds up, right? And so these women, they come to me, they don't want to make the wrong decision. They want to make sure that they're actually making decisions that are in alignment with them, that are actually going to move them forward. And so, and then they get frustrated, and they also get paralyzed. They stop from doing anything. So they're kind of stuck in this holding pattern, trying to decide what's next for them. And so here's some of the things that I actually mentioned to them. I'm going to share one thing. There's a lot of different tools that we can use in order to actually start to move you forward. But one of the first things is we have to connect in with ourselves. You have to connect in. Yes, you can do the pros and cons list. And that's, again, the women that I end up working with, or the women that actually show up in my group and on my pages and stuff, they're smart women. So they've already done the pros and cons list. They already know, okay, yeah, this is this sounds like a good idea, but here's the cons, and this other thing sounds like a good idea, but here's the cons list. But again, they just don't really know what to do. They don't know, they're not trusting themselves anymore. So the one thing that I get them to do, again, is connect in with themselves and just ask what I call truth questions. And when we ask truth questions, what we're more likely to do is to get the right answer for ourselves, right? So what you want to do is you want to just take a moment, just breathe in, breathe out. Just take a moment, get that bubble time that I've talked about before. And bubble time is really where you're off someplace, sitting in your car, or sitting in a park, or sitting in a place where you're not disturbed. There's not energy pulling at you. Your computer's not pulling at you. Your kids aren't pulling at you. Your spouse isn't pulling at you. Your dogs aren't pulling at you. So you want to go someplace where, again, you just have quiet and calm. Or again, there's just nobody that's actually wanting to get your attention. This is one of the things to start doing, is actually to tapping into connecting with yourself. So do that. So find that spot, have that bubble time, and then ask yourself, you just ask a question, and you want to start the question with asking or saying the word truth. Because here's the thing, we lie to ourselves all the time. Okay? So ask the truth, the question, truth. Do I really want to know what the truth is in this situation? Do I want to know, if I'm going to pick between X and Y, do I actually want to know the truth between that? So you would ask that question, truth. Truth. Do I want to know the truth about making this decision? And you'll get an answer, yes or no, right? And so it's like, okay, yeah, truth, I do want to know. And then, okay, yes. Sometimes you might say no. And then it's like, okay, why don't I? You might want to kind of go around and start to ask yourself, why don't I want to know the answer to this? Or why don't I want to know the truth? And so for me, when I'm working with my clients, this is where I go in and do some the clearing process with them. And when I do that, this then kind of clears out any of that energy that's stopping them from wanting to know the truth. It's funny that we might not want to know the truth, but so often we don't. We're afraid of the truth, right? And that's actually what keeps us stuck. So the next question, when you know that, yes, I want to know what the truth is in this situation, is like, truth. Do I want to get this opportunity? Do I want to go off in this direction? Do I want to take this job opportunity? Yes or no? And what will happen is you'll get a sense right now, like the yes or the no will be louder in your mind, or you'll kind of have a vision of the words in your mind, and one will be brighter, right? Something will just pop in right away. When you ask those truth questions, that's what starts to happen. So it reminds me of a time when I had a woman who approached me, was thinking about working with me, but because she needed to make a decision. She had been self-employed. She'd been doing, her business now, I think for about a year at that point. She'd been employed and had a really bad experience in the last job that she had. So she started doing consulting work. She was doing okay, but it was just difficult for her. But now she was getting an opportunity to work for some people who worked for another company that she had worked for in the past. And it was a startup, and she really wasn't sure whether or not this was something she should do. And she wanted to make the right decision, but she was stuck. She just didn't know what she needed to do next. And so we did the truth questions. We also did a clearing process, again, which is the thing that I teach in my programs, which is so powerful because it gets in and really kind of pulls out any of the energy that stops us. So when we did this process, again, we started with the truth questions, and then the clearing process, and what ended up happening is that she decided that, yes, she was going to go and work for this particular company. In a very short period of time, she really loved doing the work, and then ended up moving into the chief of staff position. So it all worked really well, but she had to really kind of tap into herself, tap into her inner knowing, essentially. And that's what one of the things that I help my clients do, is to tap into their inner knowing and then clear out all the gunk that's out there underneath there. So that's one of the things that I would actually suggest that you do. And by the way, if you want some support, if you want to be around like-minded women just like yourself, come and join us in the No Limits Businesswoman group. Again, it's the way to get there. You can go and search No Limits Businesswoman, you'll find us. But the easiest way to get there is to go to sheis.me. Just type that in your browser and that will take you in there. We're approaching now 1,500 women in the group, and it's a really dynamic group. And I'm in there posting stuff, really cool motivational stuff and kind of things that are poking at you every once in a while too. So come and join us there. So just to recap, if you're stuck and you're at this turning point and you are really afraid, you're really feeling anxious about making the wrong decision, it's really important to you at this point in time to make the right decision about how to go forward and the next steps to take, then as I mentioned, you want to ask truth questions. And so if you're just popping in now, you missed what I said, this will be up and the live version will be up soon. But again, you just want to ask yourself a truth question. When you put truth, the word truth in front of any question you ask, and what will happen is you're more likely to give yourself the right answer and not lie, not lie to yourself. So that's where I'll leave you with, or what I'll leave you with today. Here's the thing. If you're really serious about moving forward in your business or career and you want some help, message me and let's chat. Let's chat to see if I can help you. I have a couple of spots in my program right now. I'm going to be launching a new kind of different version of it really soon. So let's chat and see if one of those is up for you, or really if we're a match, and whether or not, again, I think that I can help you. So just message me. That's the best way to do that. Or you can just set up a time if you can't talk now. Go to nolimitsbusinesswoman.com/talk, and that will take you to my scheduler and schedule an appointment. I've got time over the next day or so. All right. Next week, we're going to be talking about repeating patterns and how to stop the merry-go-round. You want to get off that merry-go-round. Quick repeating patterns. We all do it, but let's just get that stopped. And so I'm going to be talking about that next Monday, same time, same place. And in the meantime, I hope this has been helpful for you. Go out and live a no limits life. Take care.